Hello, hi, beautiful people. Welcome to a new segment on my channel. I'm calling this segment Johanna Can Talk. So, as I was preparing for this segment, I was like, because guys, one thing about Ngonduyami, right? It travels literally on like 1,000 kilometers per hour. So I'm wondering to myself, Lucy, oh my gosh, what am I going to start with? What am I going to say? Blah, 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 da, 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 da. And I remembered that relax, take your time with it, and everything will flow easily and nicely. So, on this segment of Johanna Can Talk, we are going to talk about things that I enjoy talking about, and hopefully those are the things that you enjoy talking about and hearing about as well. So the first topic that I'm going to dive into is something that I really love the most, and it's not really a topic, it's actually a fashion focus. So on this segment I'm going to be featuring somebody that I feel, maybe somebody's page that I came across and I love their fashion sense, and yeah, I'm just gonna put them out there. So the first person that I'm gonna be featuring on Fashion Focus is Siyamthanda Ndumbe. She is popularly known as Sia We Love Her. She's Sia_We Love Her on Instagram. And I think on TikTok as well, I'm not too sure. But yeah, and I love her fashion sense. It is amazing. I am actually loving the browns at the moment. And so when I went through her page and I saw all the brown that she has been styling, and just the way she's been doing her things, as I'm showing you on the screen right now, like I'm like, oh my goodness. And I love how she does it, because her fashion sense is very chic, modern, but at the same time there's also like a touch of classic antique vibe to it, so it's quite effortless and classic and chic and modern all at the same time, and I absolutely love that about her. And the funny part is that I actually went to primary school with Lucia. And she's always been like that pretty girl in school kind of vibe, good aura. So she is definitely the fashion focus for today's episode, and yeah, the browns are doing the most. I mean, I'm even wearing brown nails, these nails that I did myself this week. And yeah, I've been drawn to blues and browns lately. So she absolutely is one person that stands out for me when it comes to fashionista, because I feel like she has a good eye, and I do believe she's a stylist. Yeah, she is a stylist. She does dress Ulut Love. I don't know, but most people do know Ulut Love. She's a presenter. She's a TV personality. So yeah, absolutely love. So yeah, that's it on Fashion Focus. I am going to jump onto another topic of interest of mine that I absolutely love and cannot not talk about. Funny enough, I did start a segment like this, but it was a segment on its own when I was still working on corporate. As things happened, but we're here now. That would be corporate conversations. So my corporate conversations is nuggets or information or something interesting that I come across on LinkedIn, right? Because I do go through LinkedIn, and because for me, LinkedIn, I don't think it should be an intimidating site, because it's like social media. It's like your Facebook, it's like your Instagram, it's like your Twitter. The only difference is that it's for corporate. It's more professional, and yeah, work vibes, corporate vibes, business vibes, and so I find it interesting. The things that people post on there, I find them very interesting. So this is HR Head posted this, right, on their feed on LinkedIn, and I thought to myself, right. So it's just a scenario that they put out there. So I'm just gonna read it verbatim as to what she's saying. And remember, this is a head of HR. Just know, Woodsy, this is not my handwriting. This is from the head of HR. So basically, it's a job interview scenario. Let me just get into it. So it's between an HR and a candidate, okay? So HR says, what are your salary expectations? Candidate, 12,000 Rand per month. HR, you're an excellent fit for this role, but unfortunately our current budget can't accommodate that figure. Candidate, I really need this opportunity. 10,000 per month would work for me. HR, perfect. Let's agree on 9,000 Rand. Candidate reluctantly accepted. After the interview, right? Interview is done. HR goes to upper management. Feedback time. And HR says to upper management, I have great news. I have secured an outstanding candidate for the role. Our approved budget was 15,000 Rand. Nice. But I was able to hire them for just 9,000 Rands. Hold on, guys. I want my dustbin. Hold on. There was no way, guys. Okay. So, but it's fine. So basically, where did I end off? So they says, okay, so the HR says our approved budget was 15,000, but I was able to hire them for just 9,000 Rand, saving the company 6,000 Rands per month. Manager to the HR, excellent job. You deserve recognition for this cost saving. Naive. So basically, this HR head who posted this says that the reality, HR feels they successfully negotiated, management is pleased with the apparent savings, but soon after starting, the new employee learns about the actual budgeted salary and realizes they paid significant. Hey, Nina. Okay, they paid significantly below what was allocated. This leaves them feeling undervalued, disengaged, and distrustful. After 2 months, the employee resigns to accept a better offer elsewhere. That's the reality. So the lesson, this is now her take on it, right? The lesson in all of this is that if you want to attract and retain talented people, pay them what they're worth. Underpaying staff may seem like a short-term saving, but it often results in higher, longer-term costs and damage to morale. This is a personal attack on me, right? I take it very personally because I feel like this is exactly what happened to me. I'll refer to my previous job because it's the most recent. At my previous place of work, guys, like they will underball you. Is it underball? They will lowball you in these situations because one, they know we're desperate for jobs. You know, even if, for lack of a better word, saying desperate is like, but we are desperate for jobs. You need money to survive. So they take that and use it for their own privilege. And it's sad. I mean, I always believe, in my head, gullible me, thought HR is like a neutral party. But I've learned in these corporate spaces with HR is not a neutral party. HR does not give a damn about the employees, but the HR is there to impress the employer and make sure they are up to par, but then at the disadvantage of my employees. I feel like HR should be so neutral to a point whereby employee, employer can all meet halfway at least so that everybody is happy. So they take advantage of us, especially Tina, because why? We do not know our rights when we go in there. We are too shy to speak up, especially when you're in a junior role or a role that you feel like, no role is too small. Every single person or sebenza a company is important because without that puzzle piece in the company, there's this missing puzzle and it's obvious. You can see it with there's something missing here. So the fact that they make some roles seem like they're less important than other roles, so you feel like it's okay for you to get like a certain amount, is absolutely crazy to me. So when I read that and it's coming directly from a head of HR, it just put a stamp on everything that I thought to be true. But yes, it is true, Vele. These are facts and we cannot be scared to talk and say, this is how much I want. And for the fact that they called you in for an interview, it means they see potential. You know, they don't know you, they only know you from your CV. So just based on a piece of paper and words written there, they were like, we want to meet this candidate. So already that should tell you they have an interest in you and they feel that you could fit the company. Now it's just a matter of meeting each other, because an interview for me is a meet and greet. It's a meet and greet. I need to now see okay, what are their likes, what are their dislikes, are they family orientated, do they fit the culture, are they on the same level as us, will they be able to stand up to the values of the company, and things like that. How do they look? Not in a sense of now you want to judge people based on their looks, no, but how do they look in the sense that who will we be working with on a day-to-day basis, you understand? So for me, I was happy when I read this, because I'm like, Johanna, Awasani, this is the reality that we face in corporate South Africa, and iyaslimaza kakhulu, because look at me now. I'm like up to here because of such things. Because let me be honest with you, madam, my dogs will always bark at the most random things ever, unnecessarily so. I've got 2 dogs. But anyway, to be honest with you guys, my previous job, I would have never left if we weren't patarakas. Even if the culture there was not 100% what I believe in and how they do things. But I mean, we're human, and I know human beings are not perfect. Everybody needs to work on themselves. So it's not like I wouldn't have been able to survive La Payana on a day-to-day basis. I would have been fine. If only the salary had matched up, I would still be working there. But unfortunately, not. Moving on swiftly, we're done with corporate conversations. I want to jump into the next one. The next one is a bit touchy-feely for me, because it's something that it's something that I've experienced personally, and you know what? It has been a crazy process, right? So the next segment is live chat. And on today's live chat, I want to talk about friendships, particularly friendship breakups, right? So what triggered this for me to talk about it now is because, so my daughter, right? She doesn't even know that I'm talking about this. I need to tell her when she gets back from school, like, girl, I'm talking about you. So I hope you're not mad. And I showed your letter, so, but I'll probably make her watch this when I edit, right? So she has, and her friends have been here before, because we are those people. I'm that mom who be like, you can let your friends come play here. But honestly, I will never let my daughter go play elsewhere, but they can come here. Abangan bike. So she has came with these friends, particularly by 2, so they're all besties, right? And then one day she came up to me and said, yo, mom, one of the besties, like, we're not besties anymore. Basically, we've broken up as friends. And obviously, it's probably something petty and whatever, I'm like, oh man, it's cool. It happens. You're only in primary school. As long as you guys didn't hurt each other, harm each other, it's fine. It happens. You outgrow each other as people. Not a problem, ma'am. So I'm like, don't be sad. I asked her, what did you do? Did you do something wrong? She's like, no, I didn't do anything wrong. Okay, sharp. Let it be, Lanjan. Fine. So it's been a couple of weeks, a few weeks, in fact, maybe even. It's been a while, maybe like 2 months. I think that's a few weeks. It's probably been like 2 months since they haven't been besting it hard. Oh my god, the irony. She just came back from school. She's coming in now. Hey, what are you doing back here? I'm talking about you here. So that was it, right? Okay, sharp. So yesterday she comes back with this letter and she's like, Mom, guess what? Bestie wrote me a letter. I'm like, oh, what does the letter say? So basically this letter is like an apology letter. It's so cute, right? It is the cutest thing ever. This is how it looks. I don't want to read what it says, but it's basically, because it's a personal thing, man, guys. I feel weird reading that. Okay, let me just read it out. Yeah? So it says, Dear Omhle, I am very, very sorry at what I did to you. And I want you to be my BFF, and I want my BFF again. I don't want people to... Yeah? What's up? What am I getting on?
Look you.
Oh yeah, I'm low key guys, I'll be back. What kind of a sit down is this one? I'll be back. Alright, I'm doing a sit down. I'm talking about you later. If you can see her face, so is it okay? Is it fine? Okay. Please close the door. So where was I, guys? So, and then it says, I want my BFF again. I don't want people to not. I don't want. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm to lie. But okay, I don't know this part to 10. I love you. I am sorry. So the gist of this, guys, it made me think about adult friendship breakups. I would see they're so different. You know, when you're young and you don't know anything, life is simple, you haven't been through life's challenges, and it's so like you don't have that lenhliziyo leyo ukuthi angeke mina, you know, mumtana, that's how you're supposed to be. I don't believe it's mtana who's like yeah. When you're an innocent soul and you're a child, it's easy to forget, you know, it's easy to forget, it's easy to forgive. There's no pride, basically. Children do not have pride. Children do not have ego, you know, and that is what I love. So when she read this letter to me, I thought to myself, well, to Johanna, as an adult right now, and as an adult, please don't switch on the TV.
Oh, okay.
It's all right.
Okay.
Thanks. Just for now. As an adult right now, in friendship, you know, what kind of friend have you been? Because at the moment, I wouldn't consider myself to have friends because I've been in my quiet season, right? I experienced a friendship breakup based on an incident that happened. There was a lack of communication, and then there was also a breakdown in communication. How do I put this? There was Konikaman for it. Basically, there's a communication. There was no proper communication, you know, and for me, I think the reason why that friendship breakup, it was sad because my friendship breakup was not with one friend. It was with multiple friends at a time, you know. So I distanced myself because of a situation that happened. But that situation for me, I felt like in that moment I didn't realize it. But now looking back, it was actually my last straw. Because when I take, I do take accountability for my role in the friendship, because sometimes when you are somebody who is always giving, forthcoming, lack of a better word, people pleaser, that word we use it loosely, kakulu these days, people pleasing, because that's what it has come to, realizing that I didn't know, I would see loving somebody, giving them your full attention, you know, going the extra mile, you know, taking initiative was people pleasing. It's something that I did out of my heart because I wanted to, not because I wanted to please you. But when I dived deep into it, and when I knew and I realized after, when I was doing introspection about this friendship group that I was in, is that it came to a point whereby I was losing myself, in a sense that, you know, when I start feeling like I need assurance from the next person, like reassurance, it's a problem for me, because it means whatever decisions that I make in my life are not my decisions. They're not based on what I prefer, what I want to do, my values, my morals, my principles. Now I have to go and ask the next person, would say, in this situation, what do I do? And that for me, when I was looking back, when I was in my quiet season, which Namanja I still am, in my solar season, in my introspection season, but I've come so far now, is that I was losing myself, because now I was not trusting my own judgment, my own decision making, and my own thoughts, my own intuition. I was not trusting it. I was seeking that approval from outside myself. And once that started happening, I then began losing myself, losing myself, losing myself. The noise became louder. I could not hear myself. Now it was a matter of what do they think? How would they feel about this? I was no longer doing things for me, and that for me was just like So those are the things that I was able to highlight in my introspection season and kind of like zoom into with a magnifying glass with Johanna Lana. This is you. You put yourself in this situation, in this position, you know? So yeah, friendship is no more a sensitive topic for me because I've healed so much. I've grown so much. I've learned so much, even of myself, that I know now, would see when I go into friendship, what sort of boundaries I'm going to lay out and things like that. So yeah, Shailene is under guys, Simkulile, and I'm able to have like difficult conversations now, you know. I used to be somebody like confrontations, another thing for me, but now I feel like I can be able to confront umuntu, no, not be confrontational, but to have like a civilized conversation with you, no man. Into kanje ngiyithandanga, and can you please talk about it so that let's see what we can do to make the situation better and things like that. So yeah. This Johanna Can Talk segment is still an idea and a phase whereby I'm still conceptualizing. There's still going to be more topics that I'm going to add on, but for now, these are the ones that I thought of. There is a section here, because I didn't even plan for it, because there's a zinye. I did think, okay, what am I gonna, in a gist and J, I did prepare for them, but this one, content creation insight. I do think I want to put my 2 cents in about a content creation insight, right? Okay, let me talk about this one. I was watching TikTok. There's this guy who's popping up now who's talking about people that do vlogs, and the main thing that I'm getting for him is this whole conversation about authentic content. Okay, so how do we define authentic content? And he's basically saying in a nutshell, would see like people consider like mode shooter content like mkukwini, you know, like less privileged people think that that's what authentic content is. And for me that's crazy, because let's define authentic. What does it mean to be authentic? In fact, let me just quickly Google it so that we can get the gist of what authenticity means, and then we'll have a nice perspective on it, speaking on something that we know the true meaning of. Because I feel like as abantu, we make a big mistake of using words very loosely, thinking which we know what they mean and they don't, because English is a very, very complex language, and because of that there's a lot of mistakes that people can make, and that can be a very dangerous situation. Oh my gosh, my daughter always complains about Ifonia being slow, and wow, she's so right. Let me go get another thingy. I'm coming. So is this thing on here? Let's just quickly check here. Okay, so what does authentic mean? According to Google, not false or copied, genuine, real, and authentic, antique, having an origin, supported by unquestionable evidence, authenticated, verified, an authentic document of the Middle Ages, an authentic work of the old master. Okay, let's see. Another one. Of undisputed origin and not a copy, genuine. The letter is now accepted as an authentic document. What I'm getting from this is that something that is authentic is something that is not a copy. Awi copy shanga. You understand? It is not a copy. It is something that is true, right? Legitimate. So how is it that, so basically into authentic, into original. So that's why I need to. We use words in a very loose way, and that is very dangerous because ngamanye amagama, and the reason why he's saying all of that was that the numbers are different. I'd say people who post like because the aesthetic, and that's another word. Let me check it as well. The aesthetic, right? Let's see. Before you show the thing for because I want to be sure. Not letting you show you, right? Aesthetic. Okay. My daughter's right next to me.
Okay.
No.
No.
Aesthetic. Ne? Who's the aesthetic it's in? Concerned with beauty or the appreciation of beauty, right? So, thina masikhuluma nge-aesthetic, we're thinking white walls, angithi? White walls, plants, flowers, like cute things, like aesthetic, like angazi mina ngizoyithini, but you know, man, in social media mawuthi aesthetically pleasing, it has to look good on the eye. So does it mean ukuthi because the guy is saying ukuthi ama numbers wabantu abayenza ama vlogs, like maybe day in a life yomuntu ohlala emkhukhwini, day in a life yomuntu ohlala kuyi mansion, they get like high views, right? Because the viewership yakhona is just like high because of that dimension, you know. For laba bahlala emkhukhwini, or those who are less advantaged or less privileged, it's like yo abantu bayabadabukela ukuthi yo, oh my gosh, whatever, because people like seeing people suffer. That's what it is. And then laba bakuma mansion, living in like really nice houses, is things that people will aspire, and when they look at it, it's like yo, oh my gosh. But the middle class people, they don't get much views and much in because people just boring, so my thing is, can one not achieve beautiful views or aesthetics in any space or environment that they're in? You know, this whole content creation thing, I feel like it's losing so much value, and I have tapped out of it a bit because not only because of the brands, the way they don't value ama creators ngakhona, especially upcoming creators, but because I feel like I don't see what the point of it is anymore, other than people wanting to get free products. I know ukuthi a lot of people can exist in one space doing the same thing, and I'm for that. I'm not against it, but I feel like this whole thing is losing the value behind it, so much so that these brands are taking advantage of upcoming content creators to a point whereby trade exchange is like now the ultimate goal, without upcoming creators understanding Gucci. If you're saying like this industry advertising, because initially this is what it is, you are creating an ad, and when you look and you do your research and realize how much of a multi-million, if not billion, industry advertising, marketing, sales and advertising is, then we are losing the plot. We are losing the plot, and we are degrading ourselves by not putting monetary value to our intellectual ideas and creativity. You are a brand. It takes so much time to create content. It takes so much effort. It takes so much energy. It takes so much thought. And when you just take in content, it shows. You know, when you just do it like out of this, like from J. I'm not saying I'm for curated content. No. You know, I appreciate people like Ubandili, Mukellings. Ne? Nyamazi yana ukuthi uqale ngama skits. Yeah, uqale ngama skits. Yabo? I prefer abantu abenza ama skits. Honestly, because already they are halfway there. They are halfway there because ultimately that's what advertising is, creating skits and bringing them to life. And ultimately that's what content creation is. And if you're not creative enough, then I don't think people don't watch because I feel like people don't watch this because they don't feel like there's any creativity to it. There's no fun element to it. And that's why people who are authentic lead themselves. They're not kind of mimicking the next person, but are more successful than others because you can tell, even through the camera, you can tell which this person is being real or not. You can feel it. You can feel it. That's why any day, you will, a random person will go viral. And they're being viral because into yakhe bekusizakele umama she's viral right now because she's not coming out here trying to, you know. So when I appreciate, you should check out how Mugellings advertisers, isn't. You're not gonna even feel like you even forget who's your advertiser and you're not even worried which one's Seravi. Now you're looking at what he's doing because you're interested in Lento Ayenza because the way I portray I'm landing a call now. So Tinamas Puma, it's like faster. It's like buy this. This is the best lip gloss. You need to buy it. Why? But when you watch your content Mugellings, after so you Google it, then you're like, oh man, oh Sarah V, maybe I should check it out. But you're more interested in the skit, and because he's so creative, like if not all of his videos, I'm a paid partnership, so I kick a sign. I really don't enjoy Instagram anymore, you know, because I love people, I do. But if I'm gonna go on Instagram and every other post yako is you doing a campaign, like you're posting 5 different campaigns in one day, that's overwhelming. That's too much for me. I lose essence of you. But when you do it in a way that feels authentic, it's different. But when it feels like this person is just trying to push out content, because that's how it starts to feel like. People are just happy to be receiving these deals, but are you getting your money's worth? Are you actually enjoying what you're doing? Are you actually using the product yourself, or are you just doing it because I am a content creator? I appreciate content creation and the people that do it, but are we doing it for the right reasons, guys? Because at the end of the day, you're going to get burnout. You're going to get burnout. And you're going to look at all the investment that you put in and the energy. And then when you have nothing to show for it, then you're going to come out and fight people and be like, and in support. And because every time it's like, this does not understand. We're not supporting you because now we're expected to like everything, comment on everything, even if we don't resonate with it, just because you need the numbers, so that you can show brand until you have numbers. For me, guys, I am slowly tapping out of it. In that way, I'm tapping out of it. I appreciate people who build their own brand to a point whereby a company approaches you and says, hey, we like you, we want to work with you, let's negotiate. For me, that's more respectful. I don't I'm not putting myself in a position anymore to be, hey, pick me, pick me. I'm unsubscribing. I think I said this in that other video when I was talking about my brands. Because these companies think we are crazy. I'm literally unsubscribing to I'm unsubscribing to these brands that just want to do trade exchange. Yes, I get it. You have to start somewhere. I get it. But there is a line that you need to draw for yourself and for our other mates. I saw a TikTok video of this other lady that is talking about the same thing, saying, guys, the color of our skin, it's a problem. Majority of consumers is us. Majority of creators is us. So if Tina, we don't put or set the bar high, even as a small content creator, because numbers don't take away from the creativity that you can bring to the table. You are a content creator. Where does the word creator come from? There's a level of creativity that comes into play. Huh? So if we don't take ourselves seriously and you be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, I've got a trade exchange at trade exchange, then brands will be like, you're great, we're saving. I mean, I had this conversation with corporate conversation. These companies are on the business of making money, not losing money. So if they're able to save a penny, they will. So there's 10,000 of us willing to receive a product for free. These people don't care to give out their product, because the more their product is out there, is the more pushing out, and people will buy it. Trust, they will. They will buy. Because bayibona iyonke indawo. So if we don't set the bar high as content creators, guys, I mean, I count me out. My trade exchange, I get sharp. I'm saying, yes, you can do trade exchanges. I've done twice since being content creator. I've received twice. But after I'm going to, because I don't like setting myself up for certain things, I'd rather change my strategy. Because honestly, when you do something out of desperation, it shows. It shows, and iyabhora, because then it doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel real. That's what authenticity should be. Real. Are you real? Are you being real with yourself? Why are you doing content creation? Why are you accepting trades, exchanges? Do you have a future plan? Or is your plan, I just want to receive free products and that's it? You don't want to monetize. Then that's fine. If that's your plan, great. But if you want to monetize and you want to have a different perspective and you want growth, then you can do that as well. But for me, I'd rather build a brand for myself, be the brand that brands want to collab with. Not with me, now I'm just the person that is promoting the products and just making, I'm nothing but a number that's adding on to the other numbers that are making the product visible. No, I'm a brand that's collaborating with this brand that aligns with me. You know, people that have built brands, they don't even have to post a PR package. Wow. They don't have to create content for it. Because why? The brand already knows, because they align with their brand of whatever that person is as a brand. They align with them. So they'll just send them a package and be like, you know what? Nai, sabupa, happy birthday. Nai, hampa yaganivia. Enjoy my tsua. Or on a random Monday. Tat. Nai box Cadbury chocolates. Enjoy. You don't have to even post it. Enjoy. Because brands see you as a brand. Alright, let me close it off. I didn't even want to do the content, what do I call it again? The content creation insight, but I did it. So there we are. The last segment. The last segment is quote of the day. And a quote of the day, E.T. The quote is by Jim Rohn. It says, either you run the day or the day runs you. Either you run the day or the day runs you. So with that being said, beautiful people, from me, Johanna Can Talk. I am signing out. This was fun, this was exciting, and I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you guys on the next episode of Johanna Can Talk. Love you. Bye.